Oh yeah, hi guys, welcome back. I'm back. I survived the arthritis attack. Well, not quite. It's still there, but thank you for all your comments. Appreciate it. Anyway, oh yeah, I've decided because I was down to the count for like a week, and I'm decided to let my beard grow. And I'm seeing all the gray, and I'm going, oh God. Oh no. Anyway, I'm gonna let it grow, see what happens. My girlfriend says I had a beard, I don't know, 5 or 6 years, not a mustache, about 5 or 6 years ago. She says, you look like a porn star. I'm going, great, shave that off. What I want to talk about in this video is how to create a meaningful life. How to create a meaningful life. And I'm going to give you a story about my life, my childhood. My dad always focused on money, always chased money. If you're chasing money, you will not have a meaningful life. And this is looking back on my dad's life. He led a hard life because he grew up in the 30s and 20s and 30s and 40s. He lived a very hard life, but he failed to live a meaningful life because he always chased money. And this is what happened to my father with everything that he worked for. He actually became rather wealthy, not quite a millionaire, but sort of a pseudo-millionaire from all his hard work. He was in the construction business. He went out there and he bid jobs and he worked jobs. And there was 3 brothers. There was my dad, Frank. There was my uncle Johnny, which went for music. He played a bass fiddle. And there was my Uncle Joe, which helped with my dad's business. They started a construction business in New York. My grandfather started years ago. Fast forward many, many, many years. This is the sad part about chasing money and not trying to create a meaningful life. I'm not saying don't make money, but focus on creating a meaningful life, a purposeful life. Have a purpose, have a meaning for your life, not just wealth, not just money. Here's what happened to my father. Because he didn't have a meaningful life, this is my belief, he didn't believe in his son, he didn't believe in his kids, he only focused on money. That's all he could focus on. Excuse me. So in his end days, my father built wealth. My father had a beautiful home. My father had property. My father had about 80 or 90 acres in a beautiful area over in Clearwater, Florida. We grew up on this farm. We had horses. We had everything. But it didn't have any meaning. Why? Because he did it all for money. Everything was about money with him. My mother had a lot of meaning, and they were like fire and ice a lot of times. My mom had a lot of meaning. She was calming. She had that calming ability, and she wanted to have a nice farm. She bought the property. We built the farm. My dad got involved with all this, and his purpose was not meaning, was money. And here's what happened with everything that my father did, his whole life, his whole 80 years that he lived. He didn't focus on a purpose, any meaningful purpose. He focused on money. And today, here we are, 20 years past my mom and dad's passing. Excuse me. 20 years past my mom and dad's passing. Nothing, absolutely nothing that my father created or built or worked for exists anymore. The farm is all gone. The land is all gone. Everything that the family could have inherited is all gone. It all got sold off to build tract homes, to build another neighborhood. Everything's gone. So everything my father built got destroyed, or everything my father built, he lost. So what I'm trying to say to you, listen to me. I'm yelling at you. What I'm trying to say to you out there is if you're working towards just becoming wealthy, if you're not working towards a meaningful life, if you're not trying to build a meaningful life with your family, what you're going to give your family, you will lose everything you're working for. It will be for none. My father worked his ass off all his life, only to lose everything that he built because he had no meaning in his life. And he could not let himself, or he could not believe in his kids strong enough to pass on a meaningful life that he could not develop. So everything my father built, everything that he did, businesses, money, houses, everything that he created in his life, in the 80 years that he lived, 80 plus years that he lived, every single thing is gone because it had no meaning. It had no meaning. It's very sad, and I'm not trying to bring you guys down. Oh, well, it's not about bringing you down. It's about making a point. It's about making a point how to find meaning and how to have meaning in your life. Find a higher purpose than yourself. Find a higher meaning than yourself. It's not about you. Life in general, all of life, the whole arc of your life, from the time you're born, from the time you find your career, from the time you make your money, from the time you get married, and everything, all the stuff that you do in your life. In reality, it is not about you. It's about what you can create out of that life to give to others. It's all about giving. My father had a big heart. During Christmas or Thanksgiving, I remember jumping, hey Johnny, jump in the pickup truck. We're gonna buy 10 turkeys from Publix. We're gonna go give them to everybody out and about. And there was an inkling of a kind heart and a big heart in my father. But at the end of the day, he didn't have meaning. There was no meaning behind it. At the end of the day, it was a selfish purpose. I'm going to do this because this is a business transaction. I'm going to do this because I want these guys to show up at the job. I want these guys to think I'm a great person. I want the guys that work for me, I'm going to give them a turkey for Thanksgiving, not because of the meaning of Thanksgiving. I'm going to give it to them. I want them to be loyal to me. Don't get me wrong. I love my dad. He was an amazing provider. He was there as I grew up, although we had our differences. But the point I'm trying to make is discover your meaning for your life. And it's very easy to do. Look deep inside of you. What do you love to do? What do you love to do besides something to make money? If you get in the music business to make money, if you get in the legal business to make money, if you get in the construction business to make money like my father, if you get into in the military just because you're going to get paid, that is not a meaning. That is selfish. That is a selfish reason to do something. And if you live a selfish life, or if you know people that are living a selfish life, get them out of your life. Move on from those people. They are not living for a purpose or for a higher purpose or for a meaning. They're living for money. Money will not bring you, I know you've heard this before, money will not bring you happiness. Although my dad would always say, I want to have a lot of money because when I get older, I want to suffer in comfort. And he got his wish. He suffered in comfort. his latter years were not happy years for him, health-wise. He suffered in comfort. That was his goal. That's not a meaning. That's not a purpose. So how do you guys, the reason I'm sharing this with you guys is focus on developing, focus on making, focusing on nailing and understanding yourself enough to create a meaningful life. Here's a good example. I live across from a Little League field. And I go over and watch the games. I go over and buy some pizza. I watch the kid play. And I see the dads with their sons, which is something my father never did with me. I'm not whining. I'm just saying. I'm just using it as an example. When you go, oh, it's sad. I'm not going there. That's not what I'm trying to do in this video. What I'm trying to get you to understand is I could go out to the Little League field and I see the dads with their sons. That gives them meaning. That gives them meaning and purpose to raise a great son, to be there for them, to answer those questions, to be there for them, to open their eyes, be there for them, protect them for their future, and to guide them. That's meaning. That's deep, meaningful life when you're giving of yourself to that purpose. As simple as having your son or your daughter in a Little League team. That's meaning. That's giving. And it not only is giving to your son, it's giving to everybody else in the family, everybody else in the stands, everybody else watching the game. That's what it's about. It's not about, oh, can Johnny catch the ball or can Johnny hit the ball? That's part of the game. But the bigger picture of the meaning of the game is a collective meaning, a collective understanding. That's why sports is so popular. That's why people watch football so much. And they watch baseball and they watch the Super Bowl. Because it gives them meaning. It gives the population meaning. We have a purpose. We have a collective purpose. It's not about just winning the game. A lot of people don't understand that. They go, it's just it's just a game. It's not just a game. It's about finding the meaning, a collective meaning as a population. Back to you. You. Whoever you are. Jane and Joe that are watching my videos. Thank you so much for watching my videos. Don't feel bad for me about my story. My story is a story of many. My story is not a story of one. A story of many, many people that grew up in a family that did not develop a sense of meaning. Many people grew up in a family of just wealth. This is what you got to do, and this is the school you got to go to, and this is the education you have to have. And it had no purpose. It had no value. It just has, it doesn't have substance. There's no substance. Well, I went to the finest school and who gives a shit? Nobody cares. I was watching the inauguration the other day. I'm not going to get into politics, but I want to use it as an example. Looking at all the dignitaries standing behind the elected president. What is their meaning for being there? What is their higher purpose for them sitting there? Be it if they like the person or just didn't like the person or voted the person or didn't vote for the president or whatever. What is their meaning? What is their higher calling on this planet? Besides money, connection, greed, power, It's all about me. It's all about us. What is their purpose? They are not serving a meaningful purpose. They're serving themselves. Here's the thing. Let's get out of the political arena here, because I don't want to go down that road. On an individual basis, one by one, each person must find their meaning. The meaning comes from a higher calling. I talked about this before. I'm a musician. I write songs. I've been in the music business for years. I know a lot of famous people. I've worked with a lot of people. Whatever. It's not bragging. I'm just saying. I did that for a long time. And I couldn't find a meaning in it. I did it because I want to be a famous songwriter. I want to be like, Bob Dylan or Jimmy Buffett. And I sometimes think that if that wish would have come true, I would not be here today. Because I think a lot of people that become famous or well-known for some individual thing like writing a great song or being a great performer, it might not really truly be their meaning in life or their purpose in life. That was their driven purpose at the time. That's what they wanted. That's what they wanted. Here's the difference between wanting something and finding your meaning. I wanted to be that. But when I discovered my philosophy, when I started writing my philosophy, I found a higher calling. It's like going into the clergy, becoming a priest, or becoming a minister, or a rabbi. You find all of a sudden life opens up for you and the light bulb goes on, and you actually start to visualize and see. It just kind of comes to you. You go, that's my calling. My calling is teaching. My calling is sharing wisdom. My calling is giving. That's my calling. That's the reason I wrote the book. It's not being, even though I would like to be a well-known singer or a well-known performer. That's in me. That's in my DNA. Because I love performing. That's another form of giving. But this is bigger. Helping people and giving people and guiding people to a better understanding of themselves. It's much bigger than just singing a song and getting, hey, oh, John, you sound great. It's momentary. Momentary is a key. The word momentary is the key word in this video. As I've told you guys before, I don't write out my script. I don't work on a lot of script. I tap into what I call discernment. And when I'm talking to you, when I'm doing the videos, actually when I'm doing it right now, when I'm creating the videos, that discernment works and does its thing, and all of a sudden I come in with a thought that lights up a light bulb, and the light bulb brings us to that process. I left with a word that really nailed this video. Momentary. How to create and live a meaningful life. Don't think in terms of a momentary life. Think in terms of the arc of your life, the length of your life, the quality of your life. We can think sometimes that our life is a momentary thing. You blink and the years have gone by and we're gone. But during your life, don't think in momentary terms. Don't think in just, this is what I want today. This is what I want today. I want money today. I want fame today. I want recognition today. I want an attaboy today. I want fulfillment today. None of it is momentary. Things that are momentary are fleeting. They don't last. They don't last. You don't want a momentary life. You want an amazing life that is fueled and nurtured and fed by a meaningful existence. And that meaningful existence comes by not chasing money. Comes by not chasing things, not chasing wealth, not chasing lust, not chasing things that are momentary. Money is momentary. Lust is momentary. Some friendships can be momentary or lifelong. But I want to end this video with this. I talked about my dad in this video, and I want to use it as an example. And in one way, I can kind of thank my dad because I realized the life that he lived. I saw the life that he lived. I look back now as the years have passed. The life that he lived is a life that I do not want to live. I want to live a fulfilled life. I want to live a meaningful life. I want to share my philosophy. I want to share my wisdom. I want to give of myself. I'm not interested in being a multi-millionaire. It's not my driving force. My driving force is to give. Although I do want to build a retreat, and it's going to cost a lot of money to do that, and a lot of support to do that. But I'm not doing it for me. I'm doing it to give back. So we will end this video as my nose itches. Yeah, I'm going to grow a beard. I might let my hair go gray too. I don't know. Let me know what you think. I look like a little old man. That's maybe to work well with the wisdom thing. Who knows? But I don't want to be phony. That's who I am. And my nose keeps itching. Sorry about that. If you want to buy the Book of Common Point, you can go buy me a coffee on my YouTube channel. Click on Buy Me a Coffee. It will go to the site, Buy Me a Coffee. It will open up, and under Store or Shop, it says Shop in little letters on top. Click on Shop. You can go to the book. I don't know if I changed it or not. I think I had listed as $80. It might be dropped down. I'm not sure what it is. In simple terms, if you'd like to just donate 99 cents or $1 to my mission to get this philosophy out there, to build my retreat, to do all the stuff I want to do before I end up, somewhere, God knows where. If you'd like to donate, go to Buy Me a Coffee, click on the link, click on Donate. You can donate $1. So I can buy razors to shave us off. I'm not going to keep it. Anyway, the video is about how to live a meaningful life. The question to you is, how will you now? Today, how will you now, right this moment, start living a meaningful life? How will you, you guys, how will you start to live a meaningful life? Pick one thing. What will you do today? What will you do in the next 24 hours to start living a meaningful life? Here's a tip. A meaningful life is a life of giving. Starting a meaningful life starts with giving. Like the dad bringing his daughter to the lily field. He's living a meaningful life. He's sharing that purpose and that meaningful life with his family. It could be as simple as baking muffins or baking a cake and going across to your neighbor that's older than you, knocking down the door and saying, Ruth, or Becky, or Alberta, or Jim, some senior, or somebody that's living next to you that you think about now and then. You just kind of crosses your mind, I wonder what they're doing. Just knock on their door and bring them some muffins you made, or bring them something you bought for them, just for no reason at all. It doesn't have to be a holiday. For no reason at all, knock on the door and give them that gift. Will give you meaning. Meaning, it's not about, oh, these are good cookies. It's about somebody on their end actually cares about me. I'm not just a shut-in. I'm not just sitting here. Vice versa. You will feel good about yourself because you actually had a purpose, a simple, simple purpose that you did that day to give your life meaning. Something very simple as that can spark, ignite the flame in you to understand the value of a meaningful life. Go do that. Knock on the door. Tomorrow morning, all these people knocking on my door. Hey, John, here's cookies. Hey, John. Hey, I brought you some spicy rum. Hey, John. Hey, John, I got some spare tires you can have. No, don't knock on my door. Just leave a comment. Do me a favor. I'm going to be real close. Do me a favor, you guys who listen to me and follow me. You are my seekers. And I call you my seekers because you're seeking a better life. You're seeking a meaningful life. You are the seeker in you. You always seek meaning. You don't just get it and you have meaning. It's not like buying a pair of shoes. But you're always seeking the meaning for yourself. And when you seek the meaning and discover the meaning in what you do for yourself, then everything will open up for you. God, I get it. Now I understand the meaning of life. I get it. It's like a light bulb goes on. I get it now, John. I get it. It's not complicated. Philosophers for thousands of years are trying to tell you what the meaning of life was about. And that's the meaning. So, in the comments, my comments, do this for me. Do one little experiment for me, one little thing of giving for me. Just do one simple thing. Knock on your neighbor's door, give him some cookies. Knock on your neighbor's door, do a wellness check. While you're out in the yard, people, you have a yard. Walk up to your neighbor and say hi to them and just wish them a wonderful day. When you're out and about, and if you're in Lowe's, if you're in Walmart, or if you're in Target, or if you're in Macy's, and you pass by somebody, just don't pass them by. Stop and say, hey, you look I like that shirt. Your hair looks really great today. I like that dress. That's a nice suit. Where'd you buy that suit? Give them a sense of value, which will build their sense of purpose, which will give them a meaning for that day. And take that home to yourself and think about what you did. And when you do that, put it in the comments. This is what I did. And you don't have to do it for somebody. You can do it for something. If you're driving down the road, You're driving down the road and you see a turtle, a little turtle, trying to cross the road. Stop your car for a moment. Pick up the turtle, put him in a box, whatever. Bring him back to the lake. Whatever you can do something of purpose. And then think about what you did. Think about you saved a life. Little life, but you saved the life. I'm going to go. The Book of Common Point and the Common Point Philosophy. My book. It's an amazing book. You cannot buy my book on Amazon. You cannot buy my book online. It will never be online unless somebody wants to give me $1 bajillion for the rights. But that's not going to happen. Probably not. I do that for the very purpose. I want to keep it valuable. It's not just another book. This is not just another book on Amazon that somebody can buy for $5, thumb through and go, This book, the content in this book will change your life if you allow it to. That's why you can only buy it from me and the Common Point Society, directly from me. Or when I'm speaking, come up to me, buy a book, John. That's it. I'm going to go. Thank you very much. Love you guys. Happy New Year. Happy, all that good stuff. And I will talk to you later. Leave a comment on what you did. I'd like to know. Bye now.